How to finally release that resentment and heal your heart. Hi champions, I'm Dr. Meghana Dikshit, author of You Matter, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to our channel. On this channel, we explore fascinating realms of mind and brain. We share the secrets to success and help you heal from your past and prepare for a brilliant future. If you're new for this channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And for all our returning viewers, a heartfelt welcome. If you are ready to dive in, type ready in the chat box right now. Also, remember to check two links in the caption. There are two more ways I can help you achieve. We have included two valuable links. First is to join my live seminar, learn how to train your brain and achieve all your goals to unlock your full potential. Second is to get my book, You Matter. Start your personal growth journey with me by purchasing this book from Amazon and taking your first step towards your personal transformation. Now, let's dive straight into our today's topic, how to finally let go of that resentment and heal your heart. Resentment is one of the heaviest emotional burdens we carry. Yet, it is also the most ignored. Why? Because resentment does not fit into the happy picture. We like to maintain of ourselves. We want to believe we are kind, forgiving, and evolved. But resentment quietly lives beneath that surface, shaping our relationships, reactions, and choices. I want to share a case study here with you. This gentleman came to us because he was facing a lot of challenges in his business. But as you all are now aware, when a client comes for a consultation, we ask a lot of deep dive questions to understand the backstory. As this gentleman was sharing about his childhood and his life, I became present to the deep resentment he was carrying in his heart towards his parents. He belonged to an affluent business family. The father held all the control of business and money in his hands. While growing up, the son, that is my client, was given a fixed pocket money to spend. He saw the father gave a fixed pocket money to the mother as well to run the household. The mother had to manage in that given amount and could not ask for more if required. My client grew up seeing his mother completely dominated by his father. He grew up with a strong belief that he had to be the good son in the house, as the money reins were held tightly by his father. Now, this continued in the adulthood as well. My client got married, has his own child, but he was not given the free hand to run the business nor handle the family finances. A monthly fixed pocket money continued to come to him from his father. On the other hand, he watched his father spend huge amounts of money on trading, making losses, and when questioned was told to shut up. My client built up a lot of resentment towards his father and he was unaware of the damage that was causing him in his mental, emotional, and physical health, also financial health. So today, let's understand what resentment truly is, why it shows up again and again, and how to finally free yourself from it. What exactly is this resentment? Resentment is the emotional pain you feel when you believe you have been treated unfairly, unjustly, or disrespected. It is not just anger, it's a mix of sadness, hurt, disgust, disappointment, and a deep feeling that something that mattered to you was violated. And at its core, resentment is linked to trust. When you trust someone, you trust that they will hold your best interest in their heart. When that trust breaks, whether intentionally or unintentionally, you feel betrayed. That betrayal becomes resentment. My client trusted that his father is a responsible man, and even though he likes to control finances and business, is mindful enough not to squander his hard-earned money. And then when he witnessed his father acting rash, the trust got shattered. Chronic resentment usually forms where there has been a deep injustice that impacts your present and future. For example, if a partner has an affair, it hurts your present and alters your future. Mistrust begins to color everything, and suddenly the person who once felt safe now feels threatening. Sometimes the hurt you feel in the present is actually touched by the wounds of the past. Childhood experience, feeling unheard, dismissed, disrespected, or treated unfairly, become filters through which you interpret the world today. So, even if the intention of the other person was not to harm you, your inner child may still feel attacked, abandoned, or betrayed. This is why it's important to ask, is my resentment really about this situation, or is it reminding me of an old wound? Patterns continue only because they serve a purpose, even if that purpose hurts. If resentment causes so much pain, why do we still cling to it? Because on a subconscious level, resentment feels protective. Resentment feels like a boundary. It tells the world, no one gets hurt like me, that again. Resentment makes us feel morally right. When you identify as a victim, the other automatically becomes the victimizer, the wrongdoer. It makes you feel good, justified, and righteous. Resentment gives us a false sense of power and pride. If someone wronged you, you feel they owe you now. It puts you in the stronger position, like they have to make up for what they did. This is a subconscious power play. Many times the resentment you feel toward another person is actually resentment toward yourself. Maybe you ignored red flags. Maybe you didn't speak up. Maybe you stayed when you should have walked away. But instead of facing the guilt, taking the onus for your actions, you project the blame outward. It feels easier than being accountable for yourself. So ask yourself, is the real resentment towards them or towards me? You can only forgive others once you learn to forgive yourself. When resentment controls your mind, it loops the same story. They hurt me. It was unfair. I didn't deserve this. The hurt feels fresh every time you replay it. This constant rumination makes it nearly impossible to focus on solutions or move forward. To break this cycle, ask yourself, what is the worst case scenario? And if it happens, will I still survive? This reduces the fear behind the resentment and brings you back into your power. Let us now look at the step-by-step way to let go of this resentment. If you agree that resentment ought to be released, type agree in the chat box. So step 1, become conscious. What exactly do you feel resentful about? What did the other person do or do not do? Is your current reaction tied to an older wound? Awareness is the first doorway to healing. Step 2 is explore self-resentment. Ask yourself, what am I blaming myself for? Where did I betray my own boundaries? What is the guilt I am carrying? Healing begins when you stop fighting yourself. Step number 3, understand the impact. How is resentment harming your life today? How is it affecting your relationship, your emotional health, and your future? When you see the cost, letting go becomes easier. Step number 4, practice acceptance. Acceptance does not mean you are agreeing with what happened. Acceptance means you are acknowledging reality without resistance. So ask yourself, what am I not accepting? Why am I resisting this? What would accepting it mean for me? Resentment is resistance, and healing begins with acceptance. Step number 5, question your fear of letting go. What bad thing do you think will happen if you forgive? Maybe you fear they will think it was okay. They will repeat it. You will look weak. You won't get justice. Understanding these hidden fears helps you release them. So understand them and release them. Step number 6, heal the past. Resentment is rarely about only the present situation. When you heal the earlier experiences of abandonment, disrespect, or violation, your current situation automatically becomes easier to resolve. In our advanced programs, we have deep diving processes wherein the participants go to the root of their negative emotions, their triggers, and with the guidance from a dedicated coach, are able to heal themselves and come out of the distress. Step number 7, take responsibility. Not for what happened, but for your choices. Ask yourself, how did I reach here? What choices brought me here? What choices can I make now? This shifts you from victim mode to empowered mode. Step number 8. Look for the gifts. Every difficult experience teaches something: strength, boundaries, clarity, self-worth. Acknowledging the gifts does not erase the pain, but it helps you grow out of it. What did that incident teach you about yourself, about life? Step number 9. Change the meaning. We give meaning to experiences. We either exaggerate or minimize a situation in our minds. It is our coping mechanism. But what is required is to take a realistic view of what happened. If your partner cheated, you might think, I'm not lovable, I'm not enough. But realistically, you look at the hurt and the feelings of betrayal caused by that incident and focus on healing yourself. Step number 10. Express what you did not say. Write down all the feelings you suppressed at that moment. Journaling is the first step towards decluttering our minds and hearts. Expression releases emotional pressure. Step number 11. Reset your expectations. Resentment comes from unmet expectations. What are your expectations now? From yourself, from people, and have you communicated them clearly? People cannot meet needs you have not expressed. Step number 12. Shift from what should not be to what I can create. Resentment keeps you focused on what should not have happened. Healing shifts your focus to what you want to create now. Energy moves where attention goes. Move it towards possibilities, not pain. Resentment can destroy relationships, inner peace, emotional health, and your ability to trust. But it is not a permanent state. It is a pattern. And you can choose differently. You deserve that freedom. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to share it with someone who's been going through deep resentment. And if you'd like to explore more about emotional healing, the mind-body connection, and breaking subconscious patterns, subscribe to this channel and let's walk this journey of inner transformation together. Until then, next time.